In this episode, we'll learn how Kobe and his Mamba mentality can help us out in figuring out our own passions and dreams. I'm actually releasing this episode on my birthday, and while birthdays could be a fun time, they can also bring up many different emotions. For me personally, I get deep feelings of survivor's guilt. It may be because my brothers faced this world and didn't quite survive long enough, or because of creatives like Amy Winehouse or Biggie, or in this case Kobe, had so many awesome things they could create and had to stop creating because of the fate that life provided them. It can be so challenging to navigate this world, and yet so far, for another year, I have made it. Don't get me wrong, the feelings are mixed with tons of great joy and gratitude, but the fact that I can have another year, or at least a few days to keep making things and sharing them, is what really does excite me, not just the negative side. This is why I'm so big on the idea of always leaving a legacy. One legacy that helps me a lot is that of Kobe Bryant and his Mamba mentality. Even though his life was cut short, he would say that the way we make things last forever is to keep paying things forward to the next generation. For teachers, coaches, parents, or even just friends, the idea is how do you keep paying things forward to that next generation in case your ability to share these things is stopped short. Much like us at JKL, Kobe was working on edutainment and finding a way to teach children and youth through his podcasting plans. Spreading his message about figuring out what your dream is and how to work toward it is the least that I can do too. So what is this Mamba mentality as Kobe defined it? It's a mindset of constant and infinite feedback. A loop of work, test, feedback, practice, repeat. Over and over again while you work on your craft, on your canvas.
The Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest.
Everybody has their own canvas in life, and it's each of our jobs to figure out what that canvas is. It's not going to be easy, but it will be beautiful, and it will be yours. That's the most important part. If you pursue that, then you are living with the Mamba mentality. But I think one of the most important things is that he explains that it only works if it is your craft, or as he dubbed it, your box.
Dance beautifully in the box that you are comfortable dancing in. So everybody's box is different. My box was to be extremely ambitious within the sport of basketball. Your box is different than mine, right? Every kid here has their own box, but it doesn't mean that your box isn't as beautiful as mine, right? Everybody has their own. It's your job to try to perfect it and make it as beautiful of a canvas as you can make it. And if you have done that, then you have lived a successful life. You have lived with Mamba mentality.
For Kobe, a big part of that box was being an ambitious, motivated, obsessed basketball player. But for each of us, we have a different box. So what is the box that you want to accomplish in? It starts with figuring out what is that thing that gets you really excited to work on when you wake up every single day. Kobe gives us some great advice here about how to develop this as a kid, but growth mindset and research about the brain actually shows us that this exists no matter our age.
Whether it's writing or painting or drawing, if they have that passion, you don't have to tell them. They'll go off and do it because it's just fun. They'd rather do that than anything else. Expose them to as many things as possible and see which one they gravitate to the most.
Finding that passion and goal to dedicate your time to will lead to looking at a big mountain. The key is to break that mountain, that climb, into smaller sections and finally, single steps. What is your next step? We should always be aware of the fundamentals in our craft. In sports, it often comes down to angles, having your body ready and prepared, posture, decision-making, and all of the little details. If we can have people understand the feedback that they receive on a deep level, then they will be primed for success in anything that they are trying to learn. And possibly the most important thing to leave you with is the idea that you need to remember to protect your big dreams. Once you have the goal and you have the system, it's not about doing anything more than protecting those dreams and taking your steps. Your dreams should be pure, like Kobe shares here.
I just dream. I have dreams, and dreams is, they should be pure. And I think a lot of times we're born into this world, we actually wind up going backwards. And it seems like the more we mature, the more responsible our dreams become. And the more governors we put on ourselves and our ability to dream and to reimagine. And it's always a fight for us parents and, for you guys to make sure that your dreams always stay pure. And so it's not a matter of pushing beyond your limitations or expectations. It's really a matter of protecting your dreams, protecting your imagination. That's really the key. And when you do that, then the world just seems limitless.
It's as simple as asking, what do you currently love doing? Kobe built a personal brand and a massive basketball career, but he understood that beginnings always find themselves in ends. And so he moved on to build a creative company similar to what we're doing here at JKL called Granity Studios, to pay everything forward to the next generation through content that teaches life lessons in a more entertaining way, through storytelling and podcasting. And I'm sure he had many more dreams about what they could accomplish when it comes to this idea of edutainment. These career or life pivots can really help us at any moment as long as you are open to choosing yourself based on what gets you excited, picking that dream, crafting the steps, and taking a step-by-step approach to achieving that goal. And one last thought for today, the idea that we can do all of this planning, but you also have to plan for failure and plan for the obstacles. What could get in your way, and how are you going to have ways of overcoming those obstacles as you take your steps up that mountain? Love y'all. Have an amazing day. Reach out anytime at Just Keep Learning if you have any ideas for guests or any topics you'd like us to cover. Appreciate you so much.